To link up with Tatiana, and we are currently here at Makola. Just look at Makola.
So why did you bring me to Makola?
Okay, so she's about to try street food, and we are going thrift shopping. We're going to buy clothes. We're going to buy typical African Ghanaian girl. Head to her channel, show her some love. She's doing amazing. What do you do on your channel?
Hey, we do everything local. If you want to see something local, you can come to my channel. If you want to see something high class, you see that first class thing, you can stay on Channel's channel.
Don't mind it. We do everything, so from hotels to resorts to everything.
Yeah, I don't have the money for hotels.
Don't mind it. So guys, I'm currently here with Tatiana, and she's very beautiful, just as her videos, and we're about to go thrift shopping at Kantamanto, which is at Makola, which is one of the the biggest market in Accra.
Makola.
Yeah, have you been here before?
Yeah, I've been here.
Okay, so you guys are coming along, and let's go. Expect that the market women will tell us not to film, but then we film either way.
Yeah, that one.
So yeah, let's go right into the video. With coconut. She's already enjoying, and this is mine. So cheers. This is so refreshing. I mean, we have a long journey ahead, so let's start with coconut. It's very windy now.
I'm taking this home.
So we are approaching Kantamanto now, and one thing you should also know is Ghana is very, very hot. Hey. It's currently hot. Like, you must always have water and handkerchief with you. So one thing is your bag has to be in front of you, just to be on the safer side at Kantamanto.
And it's a him, but I know you're a him.
They said one is 4 CDs and then the rest is 5 CDs. So we're about to do some selection now to see what we can get.
This is nice.
Yeah, very nice.
There be my amount.
No, this one is not bargain, no.
This is not bargain. Don't go me.
So no the bargain.
Let's bargain. That would be nice.
At the same time, the top is 4 CD.
Hey.
That's the reality. That is the order from above. Order from above. Yes.
The plan is to spend 100 Ghana cedis and on thrift clothing, which is properly called here fools. How much are you looking at spending to? So your budget is 20 cedis or 20 cedis. So at the end of the day,
100 cedis, baby,
but the time about baby jeans. So that's the plan. Let's see what I get out of 100 cities here at Kantamanto. So yeah, you guys are coming along. What did you say? Now today.
Nice, and pretty. Gentlemen.
So you're getting some jeans.
You get some big
So when your size, you get your size this time around. Absolutely.
Mama, me say
Auntie Mewa has it. Oh, I left it.
So just try stretching. Short.
Okay, I think this will do. Maya saying
like that one.
15 CDs. Okay. So I'll try it and see.
This one. I don't
Okay, I also like this one.
Hey, this one will be very cool. You?
Yes.
Yeah. So Stella.
Yeah.
You like this one?
It's not bad. Let me see the front.
The front.
Yeah. Oh, this is cute.
Let me see. Say your buttocks is big. This one. Okay, so guys, when you come to the market and you don't really have time to try things on, you can use this one. Do like this. You can put my mask.
Yeah. So you use it around your neck.
Like this.
Like this. Once the edges reach the back of the neck, like this. Hold it. Let me show them.
Show them.
Like this. You pick the jeans. Then you use it to measure your neck.
If it's okay, let me see. You see, if it reaches the tip, then that means you are
know that it's your size. And I have big thighs, so I'm looking at something that can stretch. And this is stretching. Because you don't have time, like the market is so busy, you don't have time to be wearing it. So I know for sure that this pair of jeans will fit. I can't wait to rock it for you.
Try this one.
Let me try this one and see. This one doesn't stretch. It's rigid, so it won't. And look, the waist looks small. And the size is also size 8.
African lady.
Yeah, it's for the ones with the cute bum-bums.
Like me.
Mama, for black. Black. Wait, you better wait.
Wait, say no.
You better wait. Hey. Guys, what do you think about these jeans?
Hey, comment below, why?
Comment below. So guys, remember I told you how hot it is here in Ghana. I got myself some pure water. If you're a foreigner and you come to Ghana, opt for the bottled water. The pure water is, even though it's very hygienic, you have to get used to it to be able to do well with your stomach. So if you're a foreigner and you come to Ghana, please opt for the bottled water. Bottled water is usually 1 cedi, 20 pesos. So this is like 30 pesos. Cheers.
So guys, now I can drink this one.
Yeah.
So when I came to Ghana, I wasn't drinking this one because when I drink it, trust me, the whole day I have to run to the bathroom, but now it's been like 3 months that I'm in Ghana and I'm used to it now, so I can drink it.
So after going through a lot, I finally decided to buy this one.
And the other one?
It's 15 cedis, but
let's bargain.
You bargain whenever you're in town. You always bargain. 15 cedis. Auntie, what about me 10 cedis more?
Mama,
oh, ma. So I'm bargaining so that I can get it for 10 cedis. Then I buy 2, which is 20 cedis. So I'm left to buy a pair of jeans. Then I can call it. I'm so happy with the things I've gotten. Even though I came with Tatiana, she has only been eating. Guys, if you are watching this video, please head to her channel right now. Show your girl, show her some love. Tell her you came from Stella Chanel's channel to show her some. She's doing amazing. She vlogs about Ghana, a lot of videos from Ghana. So show her some love. This is the struggle behind the video. Yeah. This is my friend called Sakwadie. Whenever you come to Accra, come to very close here. Once you see these balls, Come to Sakode. Sakode must try my jeans back. Oh, sit down. And say, jeans, 35. When I used to be in school, I used to come here a lot of time to buy my jeans from here. This is my boyfriend. Really? Yeah.
He's a cool guy. Who find him, mama?
Mama or girl? He's begging. He says, let's see what to expect if you decide to spend a night or two here. Let's go. So this place is a 2-bedroom full self compound. You're going to have the space to yourself, so there is nobody in your space. Here is very private. So let's see the first room. It's 2 rooms, so let's see. So I'm here with Henrietta Ajete, and I'm sure she's chilling in there. So let's see. Let's go. Ta-da! So Hetty is already chilling. Give me some juice. Cheers, guys. This is to my first Airbnb vlog here in Accra, Ghana, and cheers. This is how the space looks like. It's very spacious. Then they have TV with cute chairs which you can study on. You can have breakfast, lunch if you decide not to have lunch outside the pergola. Let's see how the bedroom looks like. The best place is the bedroom. Come. Ta-da! Woo! I'm already feeling at home. This place is very, very nice. It comes with an AC, a fan, and of course, a beautiful bed, which you can do 1 or 2 things if you decide to come. So come, let's see. So they have like a small storage area where they have like the towels, the ironing table, some toiletries, and this is it's a very cute bathroom. I really like this. Look at this. This is so cute. To hang your towels. About this place is the fact that the fan, you can connect your phone with the fan. It has a Bluetooth and play all your music. So in the comfort of your hall and this space, you can just be playing music if you decide not to watch TV. So are you guys excited? So what do you like the place? Let me know in the comment section if you like the place. Hetty, today actually she's having so much fun. So let's go to the kitchen. Let's see how the space looks like. I'm going to be here for the entire weekend, and of course you guys are coming along, so let's go see how the kitchen looks like. Let's see the second room. So one thing I like about the place is the fact that it's so simple and very clean, and it's a new place. So I'm sure in the next few weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there's going to be a lot of things like extra lamp, microwave, blender in the kitchen. Expect to see all other things you're not seeing now here. And so let me know in the comment section if you think here is beautiful, and yeah, in fact as beautiful as me. Yeah, so this is how the compound also looks like. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So guys, last night I had a good sleep. How was your night, Hetty?
It was great, like I overslept, you know already.
Yeah.
I really did.
So it's about 7:30 now, and we're about to go get some items to cook. What are you cooking?
Eggs, sausage.
We're getting some items for breakfast, and what have you got so far?
Offering preparing some sausage.
Yeah, and it's very, very close to the Airbnb.
Yeah,
so
really, really close.
yeah, it's just about 2 minutes walk. We're about to prepare breakfast. Yeah.
Like you're talking as you are going to do some chefy things, Biama.
I know, right? The fact that we bought the grapes is what's making me so excited.
Yeah.
So the kitchen is a very cute and very modern kitchen. Yeah.
Yes, right.
Especially this. So we are making our hot water for our tea while Henrietta is.
Yeah.
This is the chef of the day. So one of the things I like about Airbnb is the fact that you get to cook whatever you want. And today we have decided to enjoy our breakfast. I got some bread, about to toast it. So my breakfast, in fact our breakfast is ready from Chef Special Hetty.
Guys,
you all are
stop
invited.
booking me. Stop booking me for your weddings, parties.
So you're all invited. Cheers, Hetty. This is a cold beverage. So guys, I'm fortunate to have Mommy Joyce here with us, and she's the owner of this beautiful space, and you're welcome.
Thank you.
In fact, you should say you're welcome.
Yeah, to it.
Yeah.
Oh well, the thing is, you're making it's your place now.
Yeah.
So obviously, and last night, especially when we came in, like the lighting, it's just so beautiful.
So beautiful. So why did you choose Ghana for your beautiful Airbnb space? Yeah.
So the origin of this place is many years ago. We got the plot, and then we decided to put up something small. As it were, they thought leaving it there, someone will come and stay. People came and stayed and left and just wrecked the whole place. So just out of the blue, I just thought, you know what, maybe with the Airbnb coming up and or maybe doing something like that in Ghana might work. So it's actually a trial for me. I just want to see how it works. Okay. So the property was there. We thought we'd just turn it around and see if it works, then good.
Okay, so where were you coming from? Or where are you coming from? Which country?
UK.
UK represent.
We don't say, we don't do it.
But when they come, they always tell us in it. So.
Oh my God, no. My son hates it.
So I mean, obviously last night we were here, we loved the space, we had a good night's sleep. Like the style for the rooms and everything is just so beautiful. What's the inspiration behind that, or what kind of experience are you hoping guests will have once they come and live in your space?
Thing is, when I decided to do it, my husband always says, oh, when I want to do anything, I go the whole hog. That's how he puts it. I don't know what he means. So
yeah, until next time on my next video, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, I love you all.
Welcome to another wonderful episode of Diaspora Link exclusively on GhanaWeb TV. I'm your host, Diallo Sumbri. I'm very excited about my guest today, as I am about all my guests, but I'm also very appreciative because I was able to catch her while she was in Accra just for a short time, passing through, running, doing a lot of things, but she agreed to come share her story with us on the set today. So, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to Nadu Plaka. Now let's dive into the interview and learn a little bit more.
Oh, Jollof.
Jollof all day.
I'm not a big Wache fan.
Okay.
So I'm not that I don't like Wache, but I'm not a big Wache fan, and I think Jollof is always a safe bet for me.
Okay. How about this? South African nights versus Accra nights.
South African nights.
Oh,
like,
no question.
No question. No question. That will be, South Africa will have their own year of return because, you know, after Ghana, it has to be somewhere.
It has to move around.
And I do feel like all eyes are on South Africa now. But from growing up there, from being younger, it's always been a vibe. Like the music, it just touches your soul in a very different way.
The vibe
very
is real.
different.
The vibe is real. Okay, how about this? Hip-hop versus Afrobeats.
Ooh, Afrobeats.
Afrobeats over hip-hop.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay. No, it's fine.
It's in old school hip hop. Like it's funny.
Whatever you want it to be.
Then
hip hop versus Afrobeats.
Afrobeats.
Okay.
Afrobeats for me. It's funny because we were out one night at Front Back, and Afrobeats came on. Everyone was dancing and hip hop, and they had the new stuff, and it was just like, oh, what is this?
New hip hop.
Yeah.
And the crowd didn't really. It was like.
Yeah.
You needed some diamonds on your wrist to dance to the music.
Yeah. No, Afrobeats.
Okay. Fufu versus Banku.
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 I don't actually like fufu. This is the thing. Kenke not
They
so
might not
much.
let you back into the country. You realize that?
I like Banku. Banku's good. No, Banku, it just has a different taste. For me, I never really enjoyed fufu. But
Is it the cassava plantain versus the maize? Is it like the base? Is it the fact that it's maize? You like that better?
Yeah, it tastes a bit better for me.
It tastes a bit better for you? All right, one more, and I know you're going to hate me for this one. You're going to hate me for this one, but I got to try. Afro-punk versus Afro-cella.
Oh, Afro-cella.
Oh, that was easy. I thought it was going to be different.
Cella. It's a different vibe.
Okay.
All right, to be fair, it's difficult, and that's not fair to do that.
No, it's not
now
fair.
maybe I'm backtracking.
Don't backtrack.
They both have different assets that they bring to the experience.
I know. So the choices is if you had to choose one, and you chose Afro-cella, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong. Thank you for playing this game with us. As you always know, why do we play choices? Every day we wake up, we all make different choices in life. Our choices should not divide us further. Our choices should only serve to help us become more clear about who we are and bring us closer together. So remember, just because you may think differently or choose differently from someone else, it doesn't mean that you have to be opposite or opposed to them. You guys just have different choices, right? Just different choices. Okay, now we're going to find out a little bit more about Nadu with top 5. Nadu, this is our top 5. Are you ready?
I am ready.
These games are not too bad, right?
Ready.
You're doing great. All right, top 5, I'm going to give you 5 categories, and you just choose your top in each category. All right, number 1. your favorite book. If it's not your favorite book ever, one book that you would recommend that everybody read. What is that book?
The Celestine Prophecy.
The Celestine Prophecy by?
Ooh, James read something.
James read something. Okay.
It was James something. Yeah.
Okay, and why this book?
Changed my life.
Okay.
It was I ironic actually. So one of my ex-business partners who completely fell out, I'd known her for 20 years. She gave me that book, and when I read that book, it just speaks about intuition. That feeling that we get in our stomach if you've had an argument with your partner and you feel away because you know maybe they're hurt. You know, if you took a left turn but something told you maybe it was right. It's being able to listen to your intuition, as small as it may be. Being able to read people's energies and feel like what do people want to get from spaces and how to navigate. And the way it's told is a story of searching for scriptures, that each of these scriptures tell you a bit more about how to kind of communicate and learn more.
It sounds like a really interesting book.
Priceless.
Excellent.
Very, very. I've bought.
That was easy for you.
I bought because I buy them for people. I'll probably buy you a copy now.
Okay,
and send to you because it's done so much for me. I always want to pass that on.
I appreciate that. Next one. Top musical artists across every genre of all time. You get to pick one.
That's horrible.
I know.
Every music genre of all time.
Across the board. If you just had to pick one name, it might change next week or whenever, but for Diaspora Link, we want one.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. That's what's up. You gave Lauren props. I love Lauren. I love Lauren. I absolutely love Lauren. Nice.
Yeah.
Why Lauryn Hill?
I met her here when she did.
Okay. I was here at that show at BBNC.
She's Lauren. Like, it was either going to be a Lauren, Erica, you know what I mean? Like, that's where we are.
Right.
So she's just the embodiment of just
who and
pure,
where we are.
Yeah, black, just love Lauren.
No problem. Yeah. That's my homie. I still listen to Zion. Like,
yes.
Whenever it comes on, I still can't listen to it once. I still have to rewind it and listen to it 3 or 4 times. Timeless. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who have no idea who Lauryn Hill is or what we're talking about, get the album. You'll love it. All right. Favorite food. It can be a dish or a kind of food.
But you can't travel with the ball. And it's predominantly for women to play.
You can't travel with the ball?
No, you can't travel with the ball.
What do you mean? You can only pass it?
When we finish rolling, I'll have to show you.
Okay,
I'll look up
netball. I'll look up netball. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So netball to play.
Netball to play. I don't know.
Watch.
Is gymnastics considered a sport?
That's considered a sport.
I love watching gymnastics and synchronized swimming. I just think it's incredible.
Gymnastics.
Like,
okay, great.
I watch football quite often, but I'm not like fanatic.
You're not crazy like some people. Okay.
No, yeah.
Thank you for participating. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Nadu Plaka's top 5. Remember, as we continue to build this bridge in the diaspora and we begin meeting people from different places, whether we meet in Accra, whether we meet in London or the US, let's find out more about each other. And asking someone's top 5 is a perfect way. It's a great icebreaker to get to know somebody, to get to know kind of what moves them, what are some of their favorite things. That's going to help you build a relationship. Because the only way we can continue to build the bridge between the continent and the diaspora is to find out more about each other. Now, let's dive into this interview and find out a little bit more about exactly who Nadu Plaka is. We are back with another wonderful episode of Diaspora Link, and I am here with my guest who you've gotten to meet a little bit, Miss Nadu Plaka. Nadu, how are you?
I'm good, Jello. You?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm glad that I was able to track you down and catch you in between this visit while you're here in Ghana before you fly off to your next destination. So thank you for your time.
Anytime for you.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Y'all hear that? Anytime for me. So y'all know Diaspora Link is real because she just said anytime for me. All right, here we go. Nadu, so you are from Ghana, right? Even though I thought you were from somewhere else.
Yes.
You are from Ghana.
I am. I am half Ghanaian, half British.
Okay, half Ghanaian, half British. So your
father? Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
My mother, British.
Your mother is British?
Yes.
Okay. What part of Ghana is your dad from?
So we're talking pre-colonization, post.
Give us a history lesson.
Oh, do you know what? It's been very interesting because on this trip and every trip I come, I always try to learn a little bit more about my history.
Okay.
So my grandfather was the first assistant to President Nkrumah.
Wow.
Benjamin Placker.
Okay.
And as I've been coming back, I've been meeting with my grandma and learning more stories.
Okay.
So she is from the line of Savages,
Okay.
Savage family name, whose family home is in Cape Coast. But at the moment they live in Latibiokoshi. So yes, my father was born in Accra, but as a diplomat's son, he traveled the world. They were in Russia. They were posted all over.
Okay.
So I've been able to track my lineage and find out exactly who I am.
Exactly who you are and where you're from. So have you been able to visit your family's hometown and your family house here in Ghana?
Yep. So I visited Latibiokoshi this week. We have some renovations to do, of course.
Right.
But I think the next trip I want to go to the Savage House in Cape Coast and do a bit more, learn more. All the stories I hear we come from the Lawson family. So we were Akplaka Lawson.
Okay.
But Akplaka, back then they said it meant fat Lawsons. So my great-great-great-grandfather was like, forget this. We are not fat Lawsons. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to start my own village. And he dropped the Ak Lawson, and so we became Plaka.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, very small. We're Ewe, so Togolese mixed as well.
Yo, how does that feel? Like, how does that feel as you know your dad is Ghanaian, you're a Ghanaian, but you're tracing your family history and you're finding out more things. How does that feel? It's
really exciting. I've started making notes, like stories from my elders, because the stories my grandma's been telling me, you put it in context to like this day age, like my generation, you're just like, this is what you went through? Or, your grandfather was pissed off with the rest of the family, so he was just like, yeah, forget you guys, I'm out. I'm going to start my own village. Like, it's really interesting and it's fun to learn. I think it's really important.
Right.
Really important.
Were you born in Ghana or were you born in...
I was born in London.
You were born in London?
Yeah.
Okay. So how often have you been traveling back and forth? Is it like every year? Was it, you schooled in London and didn't come back to you as a teen or adult? Tell us a little bit about your story.
So I schooled in London up until the age of 13.
Okay.
And then I went to school in Lesotho, which is landlocked by South Africa.
Okay.
I was there for a year, then went back to London, and I'd only been to Ghana when I was 4 years old, and I came for my grandfather's funeral. So that was my only real interaction. My dad, having been posted all over the world with his father before, he decided to settle in the UK. And he, I guess, lost touch with some of his Ghanaian roots. And as the eldest son, he still had responsibilities, but obviously a lot harder to implement when you're not here. So I had been working across the continent, more so in Nigeria. And my family were like, you're so close, why are you not going back home? I'm like, where the money reside? I am following the money right now. So if I have an opportunity to go to Ghana, then I 100% will. And I put it out to the universe. And within, I think, 3 to 6 months, I got a phone call that invited me to come to Ghana to work with Fuse ODG and work on Tina Festival.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that was the start. And since then, I think probably been back 2 to 3 times a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So from the time that you were 4, you hadn't been back to Ghana until...
It was 30 years at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's bad.
But you, it is what it is.
I think it's bad.
Okay. but Ghana was always in your heart.
Always.
It was always something calling you back.
Yeah.
You mentioned traveling the continent, right? You mentioned schooling in Lesotho, and you were in Nigeria doing business. So that means that you're familiar with the continent.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
And you've traveled to different African countries, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the African countries you've traveled to?
Senegal, so my father lived there for a while. Kenya, Zanzibar, Lesotho, South Africa, Swaziland, Namibia.
Wow. You've been around.
And not enough. I want to try and go to at least all 54. There's so many to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's just interesting. And it's funny because when I read your book, I opened the first chapter, And as soon as it opened up, I was like, oh, this is hard hitting. This is exactly what it is. Depending how the country's been colonized, you're literally going to be setting the stepping stones of how you need to navigate.
Yes.
And I tell like my team when we come over, the way we work is we have to learn from each culture, and each culture is different. From greetings, from handling money, from bartering. It's all part of it, but it's really interesting to learn how to navigate. And I love it all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Africa in 60. Our guest has no idea what we're about to do, so I'm going to tell her. Nadu, this is something that we call Africa in 60, and we'd like to see how many African countries our guest can name in 60 seconds.
Oh, okay.
See, that's not deep, right?
No, that's hard.
Let's see how you deal with the pressure, because I know when the pressure comes, it's a little bit differently. So we have our clock set up. We have 60 seconds, and we will go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Mauritania, Egypt, Libya, Ethiopia, Sudan, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Senegal, Gabon, Cameroon, DRC, or let's go on this side, Somalia, Kenya, Zanzibar, Tanzania, Swaziland, Botswana. Oh, let me see, where am I down here? Did I say Namibia? I'm not sure. South Africa, Lesotho, Madagascar. Where am I in the middle? I've missed some in the middle. I don't know. What's the time?
We got more time. Keep going.
Morocco. Oh, who are these northern fake countries?
Did you call them fake countries?
I did. I already said Nigeria. That's all I can think
Where are
of.
the pyramids?
Oh, I said Egypt.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I said Egypt.
I'm sorry. Okay, time. No, you did good. You got about 28.
Wow.
You got about 28.
That's
you got about 28.
Okay.
You got to see.
Is that like, where's the ranking?
No, wait, I can't tell you that.
Okay.
We're gonna put up a leaderboard so everybody can see kind of where they are. But and we do Africa in 60, as you all know, because we want people to know that Africa is a continent. It's a vast, large place, 54 countries, and in each country there are various cultures, there are languages, there are so many different customs. So as we begin to bridge the diaspora, we want people to know that no one speaks African. You just don't go all the way out there to Africa. There's a country in Africa, and there's a city in that country. So keep that in mind. That's Africa in 60. Thank you, Nadu. You're such a good sport.
That was fun.
I was trying. Was that fun?
It was
Okay.
good.
I was trying to get you a little bit nervous by telling you, hey, we're going to do something, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
That was the one you're not going to tell me?
That's the one. That's the only one I'm not
breeze
going to
now.
tell you. That's the breeze, right? Don't have to worry. Okay, so you travel back and forth. You came back here after 30 years, right? But since you've come, you said 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So that means that you've seen other people who don't have Ghanaian roots come back and forth to Ghana. For you, what is it about Ghana that pulls people? What I mean, maybe for you because of your family, but your business has brought you here and other things. What is it? What are some of the things about Ghana that you love?
I think, going back to your point of not saying Africa, but from an African perspective, stepping back on the continent always feels like I'm recharging in some way, shape or form. I think it's an opportunity to explore, learn, and really tap into new culture. So for Ghana, I think for other people who maybe this is their first time coming, it's definitely been led by, I think, stepping away from that traditional, Africa, we live in huts and there's nothing here.
Hut life.
Yeah, that life, hut life. We all came from there. But being able to really explore new adventures, I think the Year of Return was something that put Ghana in a very different position that it has been before. Like, eyes are on Ghana for different reasons now. People are understanding the potential, that it's not what we've seen on TV being brought up our whole lives. There's actually, things that have been going on here for years. So I think it's, being able to explore. For me, it's home. I always think as Ghana as home, second to, actually no, it's one of my homes, I would like to say. And just being able to be around my people. Like, it's funny, sometimes I go out here and I'm like, a white person. And like, it's a subconscious thing, but it's slightly triggering.
Right.
I'm also aware I'm a brony, so I'm not naive to that, but it's also being around your people all the time. It just a different kind of energy. And the work I do abroad, I always try to ensure that I'm working with black people, be it our production company, be it our suppliers, be it the team that we work with. So being around your people is just a different energy.
A totally different energy. You get that vibe, right? You know, in my book, I call Ghana the enjoyment capital of the world.
Enjoyment.
Enjoyment, right? A lot of enjoyment here. And, you know, when people either come, you know, through our birthright journeys or when they come with us to visit, and I always tell people, let me know when you're ready for an Accra night. And they say, well, what is an Accra night? I said, if you're not having wache at 6 a.m. in the same clothes you went out in, you haven't gone home to sleep, then that's an official Accra night. Is you start and you have to at least go to 3 or 4 places because there's that many places to go and that many things to do. So you schooled when you were young in Lesotho. Now, did you school again for your university, your college in the UK?
London.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you study?
I studied event management and music and media management.
Okay.
And I'm now doing my master's in live event design.
Nice. And where are you doing that at?
So it's in the middle of the UK, in the countryside.
Just in the middle, it's just somewhere.
Like, I'm literally the only black person there. Yes, it is.
All right, so now let's talk a little bit about some of what you've done in your career that has led you to where you are now. And I'll just let you walk us through it.
Wow, it's been many, many years. So 14 years that I've been in the events industry.
Okay.
Started off the back of my degree. I was very fortunate to be headhunted from university.
Okay.
So straight out of university, I had a job, I was working. But what I found was some of my friends and colleagues from uni, they couldn't get a job without the experience, but then couldn't get experience without the job. So you're stuck in this cycle, this loop of, you know, not being able to move forward.
You know, that reminds me of Mos Def's line. Why do I need ID to get ID? I'm sorry, go ahead.
But it's the same theory and principle.
Right, it's the same theory and principle.
And so I was like, how do I help more people to be able to kind of make this transition? So we started an educational course that I started to design. And with that course, we developed it into a 12-week course where we teach everything that I learned over my 3 years on my degree to all of my experience. And decided to say, we're going to give 15 students an opportunity to learn everything. We'll physically give them some money to produce their own event, and they'll produce it. So you get the vocational and the practical experience of being in the event industry, because it's not always standing there with a clipboard and a radio and everyone thinks, you know, you're in charge of things. And
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So and you are still doing that course now? You still offer it?
Still doing.
You still offer cash for people who complete the course to do their events?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's excellent.
Yeah, so we come to Ghana, South Africa. We've got an exchange program where we have an opportunity for students to learn about events and travel the world to deliver them. Because I don't think anyone should be restricted to just working in one country. I think everyone should learn. Like, I'm trying to get some of my white counterparts at university to come and work in Accra, because you want to know how we feel when we're on site as the only black people. Let's see how you'll feel in the middle of Africa, to be specific, Ghana, and see how you get on. Right. Because culturally, it will, you know, wake you up.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. So, from the time that you started your company, that's what you've been doing for 14 years?
So for 14 years, I've probably had about 3 or 4 companies.
Okay.
Companies that I didn't necessarily put the energy into, companies that had crazy business partners. You know, we go through the ebbs and flows of running a business. But in the last 2 years, we had a rebrand with the Zoo XYZ, which is my current company. Okay. And with them, we have been doing stuff with some amazing clients, from Afropunk in New York, South Africa, to Pan-Afro-Link, NBA player Luol Deng, working with him across London and Ghana, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, a lot of UK artists, the festivals here, Tina Fest, Afrochella. So yeah, we're spread out well.
Spread out very well. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Nadu's company, the Zoo XYZ, or as they say in London, XYZ. I'm learning so much. And we'll get back and talk more about this. We'll be right back. Peace, Global African Family. My name is Diallo Sumbri. I'm a co-architect of Ghana's Year of Return 2019, and I'm the president and CEO of the Adinkra Group. For the past 5 years, we've been bringing loads and loads of people to Ghana. Many of them, their first time on the African continent, their first time putting their toes in the African sand, in the African soil. And so many people have had their life changed. Our birthright journeys are curated cultural immersion journeys centered around reclaiming cultural identity, exploring your ancestral heritage, and celebrating African resilience. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our Birthright Journey Partner Program. It's really simple, and you really don't have to do much other than email us at info@theadinkragroup.com. Now, what makes a great Birthright Journey partner for our program? Are you a leader? Are you an influencer? Are you that person that your family calls on to organize, or do you automatically know that that's your job? Are you somebody of status in your community? Are you a community leader? Are you that person in your church or in the school? If you are the ideal Birthright Journey partner. Do you believe that every person of African descent should have an opportunity to touch ground on the continent of Africa? If you are, then you are the ideal Birthright Journey partner. It's simple. We're going to show you how you can travel to Ghana for free. Not only can you travel to Ghana for free, but you can actually get paid to travel to Ghana. Really simple. Just contact us at info@theadinkragroup.com and set up a discovery call. You'll get to travel with your family and friends, you'll get to travel with your community, and the best part of it is that it'll be free for you. Or you'll even earn money doing it. So again, info@theadinkragroup.com. We look forward to seeing you in Ghana. We look forward to dancing with you in Ghana. We look forward to eating fufu, eating jollof, eating wache. Make sure you contact us now, and we would love for you to become a Birthright Journey partner. Madasi. And we are back with Nadu Plaka from the Brooklyn Zoo. Anyway, from the Zoo XYZ. You know, I had to I had to do my best ODB impersonation. All right, so Nadu, your company that you've rebranded and that's spread out in African countries, in the UK, the Zoo XYZ. Talk to us about the name. Like, it's such a different name. I'm really interested to know how you came up with that.
So it's funny because so the company I had before was NP Presents.
Okay.
So Nadu Plaka Presents. The one before that was Madame Blah, because that's all I feel like I ever do in the industry, blah, 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 blah. Just, trying to make deals that work here and there.
Right.
And I was ready after having a negative experience with a business partner. I wanted to, transition the business. And then from NP Presents, I was like, I didn't want something that you could maybe know what it was. I wanted it to be very spontaneous and be like, well, what is that?
Right.
If someone says, the zoo was that. So we initially came up with the zoo. Don't ask me why. It was actually in Ghana when my colleague and I came up with it, and we were on the back end of a Ghana night, an Accra night, which I think explains even more. And we were just like throwing words and the zoo, like, oh my gosh, that works. And so, did some research online. Obviously, thezoo.com was gone, so and .co.uk, and I was just like, oh. And then it was like, oh, .xyz. So I was like, oh, this is a new domain that actually hasn't been established yet. And often when we're talking in events, we're saying, okay, XYZ, this is how we're going to structure things. And so it worked. And thus the Zoo XYZ was born.
That's interesting because, I had my own theory.
All right, let me add on to the theory a bit more.
I had my own theory about the zoo and where it came from, but go ahead.
It's also the multitude of personalities and people that we deal with in any given project. there's always things that are moving. You have to learn how to, nurture people's egos, how to get them to do business the way you do. So it's like having an understanding of there are so many different things taking place under one roof.
Right.
So yeah, the zoo. And I always loved the word menagerie, but I didn't know how to use it. So the zoo just came forward. So I want to know your theory.
That was it.
Oh.
Well, my theory was I've been on the front side of events and the back side. And most people, when they see the event in its finished form, a well-done event, they just see they see what you want them to see, right? Especially for your customers, you don't want them to see what goes into it. But I know on the back end of that, it's a zoo.
Yeah, basically.
Sometimes it's a zoo, just exactly what you said, the number of personalities, the number of people, and it's like managing a zoo. You got this section over here, you got this, everybody eats something different at a different time, or and putting all of that together to make it an attraction for somebody to come pay an entry fee and get the whole experience. So for me, I was just like, yo, that was mad creative. Like, it's really a zoo. People who are not into events really do not know. They really have no idea. I'm sure we both all have a lot of stories about things that have happened at the 9th hour before an artist goes on stage or before the gates open. So
many stories, so many.
So let me ask you this, because this is Diaspora Link, and a lot of what we want this show to do is to share personal stories about why people have chosen to do business in Africa, right? Because it's a choice a lot of times. You don't have to look for business in Africa. You can turn business offers in Africa down. And you could focus on the UK, you could focus on other parts of Europe and the US. So why is doing business in Africa important to you?
It wasn't a choice, it was my calling. I think I've always been very much about people. Anyone will tell you, working with me, I'm always for the people, the team, like how are we establishing that kind of network and growing the community. And schooling on the continent, having my roots back here, like it made sense for me to come back and also to spread the knowledge far and wide that I have. I don't feel like my knowledge and information should be left with me. Part of that legacy is being able to impart more knowledge onto other people and allow that knowledge for myself. It helps me to grow in territories, to understand how events are done in Ghana, how they're done in Nigeria, how they're done in South Africa, what works, what doesn't. Can any of my knowledge or experience contribute to that? So, yeah, it was destined.
It was destiny. But you had to hear that calling, right? Because they say, many are called, but few are chosen, right? So a lot of people are called, but not everybody answers that call. So how have you found doing business in Africa for events different from UK and the US? And, I always say that it's okay for us to talk about challenges because we're not really focusing on the challenges, but there's somebody watching who wants to do business here, who's into events management and maybe wants to come here to do that. So what's some of the differences between the various countries in Africa you work with South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, other places in the UK or the US?
So many differences. I think I definitely have had to make sacrifices over the years in order to fulfill this. The differences across each country, again, I think reading the first chapter of your book will just give you an insight as to where. I'm not being paid to plug, I'm just saying.
But thank you.
Because you have to understand the people first. That's the first thing. Understand who you're working with, how they work. Being a woman working on the continent has its own layer.
I was about to say, I'm sure that's a whole nother...
Being a woman in Nigeria as a Ghanaian or British was another layer. Being from the diaspora coming back home, it has another layer. Like all of it does, because there's also hierarchy, there's also respect, there's things that culturally have been embedded for generations that you have to now step into and just grab the reins a bit more. So, for example, when we were working in Nigeria, the runners, so these are the people who literally, without them, you will not get stuff done.
At all.
They're picking up stuff, they're running it to places, they're making sure people are in the right place at the right times. At the end of the event, they all sat down with myself and my other colleague who's also British, and they were like, thank you. Thank you for just treating us like we're human beings. And my dad always taught me that it doesn't matter when you like who you're working with.
Right.
If it's someone who's older than you, when they go home, they are the head of their household. They are the breadwinner. They are the person who is coming back. Just because they're working with you now as a runner at a smaller role, it doesn't take that away from them.
Right.
And so it's always paying back that respect and ensuring that people are spoken. I'm not dictating to you to do something. I'm not going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't do. So if I'm asking you to pick up rubbish, you will see that I've picked up rubbish, which also isn't a very African mentality. It's go and pick. Like there's no
Small
question.
boy, small girl, please
Yes.
pick all of this.
Yes, but for me, I was like, that's not how I work, and I can't change that. Now, it's difficult because I think you get to an element of capacity. For me, I was like, working in Nigeria, I could only do a month because the stress, the conversations, the level, the dealing, like all of this builds up from having a Western upbringing to then, you know, integrating it. You have to take time away. Africa, Ghana, it works at a very different pace. You have to adjust to that pace. This trip here, it took me a week to settle in because I have to do the Accra City tour. I have to go and party, to show face in different places. And then I have to also kind of come down and settle. So, yeah.
Right. And you know, I tell people all the time, Accra is growing at a rapid pace. You can be away for 6 to 12 months, and when you come back, there are how many new clubs, how many new restaurants, how many new lounges, how many new roads or changes. So it's growing at a really rapid pace. What are some of the logistical challenges that you have here with events? Like, do you have problems getting materials in these countries? Do you have to always ship them from South Africa or Turkey or Dubai or something? Or
you've got it. So not everything is here. Not everything is here. And this is something I'm really working on, like as basic as comms. So radios on event day. There isn't, well, we know of one that's here, but even so, stock is limited. You know, does it work with the radio frequencies? There's so much that has to go into it. Rigging, near impossible to get things. Pyrotechnic, all of these things do often have to be flown in from different countries on the continent to make sure, you know, we have it here. But I think in time, this is something that just will be developed. I'm definitely seeing a change in the industry and the change in the way people are, you know, having their experiences, because we've had positive experience and negative experience of international companies coming in, bringing international people to do all the work as if Ghanaians are not capable. We've been here. They have been here. Doing events before it was on an album that brought everyone and put eyes on Africa. So I think it's just refining that and just trusting the process internally. And I will always be, I guess, an ally for work to be done by Africans for Africans.
You know what? I've seen miracles. Right? And by miracles, I mean, you know, during the year of return, we did a lot. And I remember us having an event at Cape Coast, at the Slave Dungeon. And I remember showing up maybe 3 or 4 hours before the event, right? And we had a lot of people on the way. Like 250, 300 people I knew were on the way to Cape Coast. So I remember, let me go early. I remember showing up, and nothing was set up. And I was losing it. Like, yo, what is... And then I was like, Diallo. Shouts out to my brother Ernest. I'm sure he may see this. And Ernest was like, I got you. The confidence that he said that with, okay, when I tell you in 3 to 4 hours...
Honestly.
You would think that it was set up from the morning. Like, there wasn't, it was done. And I was just like, okay, there are miracles.
It's just how
I don't know how, I don't know how, like.
I understand.
I wish we could do that earlier.
Yeah.
Without, like.
But why? Because it gets done.
I know.
And that's the thing, that's the mentality. But it will get done.
It'll get done. But it's like the stress.
Yeah. High level. I had to learn the hard way as well. On site. 4 a.m. I'm like, I'm not going to the bed to the things here. I've been calling them since 11 a.m. They told me they're coming. Why is it now gone past 11 p.m.? They're telling me they're coming 4 a.m. We got to be back on site at 7 a.m. Go to sleep for an hour, come back. I was like, oh, okay. And that's when I started working and I see people say, oh, it's your first time doing an event here. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't stress. Like, you have to not overthink it because it works differently here.
It definitely works differently. It definitely works differently. So you mentioned a lot of big names. You mentioned Afropunk. You mentioned Afrochella. And so talk to us about Afropunk. You've done that in South Africa?
So Afropunk takes place in Bahia, New York, in Atlanta, Paris, London, and South Africa, so 6. So I was a live event consultant for them for a year, and now supporting them in terms of entering new territories, developing on the continent as well.
And Afropunk is a pretty large event. Like each Afropunk event brings, what, thousands and thousands of people to a particular city or place, and people are flying in from all over the world, no matter where it is.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the economic impact of some of these festivals and events that you work with, and how African tourism departments can do better to support some of these events because of the economic impact that it brings.
The economic footprint from these events is massive. I think even from Year of Return you would have seen here, and like using Afropunk as a case study, I guess looking at South Africa, massive. So December's normally a time of year where everything closed down and shuts, so we're able to provide provide opportunities, provide, you know, more for the country. And I think governments can use these as beacons, you know, utilize this opportunity to be able to have new people, new money coming into a country, to be able to see actually how can we make this work for us to benefit us longer than this period of a month that, you know, maybe someone's in town. Like, where can we tap into tourism and what does that look like? So yeah, I think it's about having conversations with the right organizers that are supporting the economic growth, you know, internally as well. I don't want it to just be ever international companies coming in and doing and then, you know, bouncing back out. It means to be how are we working with companies on the ground, what corporate social responsibility are we doing, what are we giving back to ensure the longevity of business and the economy for, you know, wherever we're entering.
For the economy, for the local economy of wherever the event is.
Precisely.
So I take it, I would assume that you believe that large festivals of such that you've worked with can be a part of this idea of Africa beyond aid to an extent, right? So let's say you take a festival like Afropunk in a place like Accra. Could Accra handle a festival like Afropunk that size once a quarter?
Oof. Once a quarter, that's a lot. But to be fair, I think there's levels to this. Okay, so is it an international festival that's coming in?
Right.
Who's the target audience? Who are they, you know, what are they looking to generate from a perspective of, is it revenue? Is it just exposure? All of those things kind of have a hold on it. And it's funny because we do feasibility studies for organizations. So if you want to enter a territory, come and have a conversation with us. We work with the team on the ground to be like, this is what it will cost. This is what you'll need to do. Who you need to speak with. These are the stats. This is what you should be looking if you want to work with a particular audience. To be able to get, I guess, the lay of the land of the best way to work when entering. Because it's easy to say, okay, once a quarter to do an event, but there are so many different layers to that to be able to actually identify, you know, what type of event is best coming in, who's your audience, and how you can maneuver. So, yeah.
So for up-and-coming event planners, artist management firms, and other diasporans from the UK, from the Caribbean, from the US, who want to work in Africa.
Call me.
That's the fact.
Yeah,
that's
number one.
That's the quick
Number one.
answer. Call you. Number one, call you. What piece of advice would you give them? What advice do you have for somebody who wants to come and do that? Because I'm sure, like you, I talk to a lot of people who want to come here, and everybody has big dreams, which is good. And I try not to burst the bubble when I see somebody floating with all of this ideas and this romantic idea of what they're going to do when they come and how it's going to work and what will happen. Even knowing that this particular person hasn't spent time, and I try not to just be like, calm down.
Yeah.
None of that is going to happen because...
That's nice. When you get here, you'll see. I would say don't be naive. It's all of that. I think all of that naivety and also an air of ignorance can come with, we are this brand, we have this name, this is how we're going to enter. And I have seen first-hand examples of that. You know, Cardi B being an example. We're going to bring this massive show, book 30,000 people, book out the stadium. Sorry, do Ghanaians listen to Cardi B like that? They don't. Just because you maybe have a certain audience in another country on the continent doesn't mean it can easily be replicated here or anywhere for that matter. So I'd say take time. You have to put the work in to really understand the market, understand your audience, and understand how everyone works. So yeah, naive and ignorance, leave that at the door.
Okay, now what piece of advice would you give Ghanaian suppliers, vendors, and potential workers or staff that people like you would want to hire here? What piece of advice do you have for them that will help them be better on-ground partners for events and festivals?
Transparency and continuity.
Okay.
Like, so one of the things I've found is also, you know, just communicating what you really want to happen. So your expectations. I always try to move as transparent as possible. If I'm going to tell you that I need barricades, for example, and I know there's only one supplier that does barricades, then tell me when I need to come to you, when I need to have a certain money ready by, so at least I can plan ahead. I think sometimes it's very flitty, you know, people, you know, say they can do something, but then can't. Oh, I'm on my way, but really you're at home, or you're in Tema and you're coming to meet me in East Legon. You know that's going to take some time. So it's just, yeah, being very open.
Really? So Tema and East Legon is not, it's not a 15-minute trip?
No, it's not. And so it's just, I think it's, with those expectations and communicating, it's easier just to navigate the way of the land. And I understand, you know, when we did the course in 2019, we were here, a lot of suppliers were like, we have issues in terms of we're asked to put our own money up, you know, front in terms of being able to be paid. We don't get paid in time. And it's very difficult. Like, even working on some of the projects here, I come in, I'm about business.
Right.
This is the process and this is the structure. And if I can ensure that the money I'm bringing into the country will stick to that process, then everyone else works accordingly. And we've seen it. It works, it's flawless, it's easy. We have great relationships. So when we come back to these suppliers, they know, oh, we're working with them, don't worry, it's going to be done.
It'll be there.
But it's a two-way thing. You have to show that respect in the same way. So yeah, just be honest. Be transparent and let me know the expectations.
There we go. Nadu, I want to thank you so much for coming to share your time, because I got you. Like, listen.
I'm out.
Listen, all of y'all out there who've been trying to get Nadu, I was able to get her. That means that we're special at Diaspora Link. She took out time for us. So I want to thank you again for joining us on the show, for sharing a little bit about yourself, about your company, and just for giving some insight for all of our listeners, so we can see what event management really looks like a little bit from the inside.
I look good today. Normally sweating, stressed, everything.
But today is different.
Today's
We're
different.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Nadu,
you.
again, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and we want to thank our guest, Nadu Plaka, for joining us and sharing just a little bit about herself and her journey. Only here on Diaspora Link, exclusively on GhanaWeb TV.
It's a fresh start to 2022, and as usual, I'm back with a lot more spice on your favorite talkatainment. Yes, on this episode, we'll find out how medicine married arts and entertainment. Yes, so I know I'm getting you confused, but when we come back, we'll find out more about what I'm talking about. This is yours truly, Elsie Lamar, and you are watching Talkatainment on GhanaWeb TV. Don't go away.
And we are back from that quick breather. As usual, this show is proudly brought to you by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has all you want from juices, smoothies, jollof, fried rice, spaghetti, and meatballs. We have great deals for you all week round. Cheesy Pizza gives you the McCheesy combo every Monday and Thursday. With only 49 cedis, you get one small pizza, fries, and chicken. One Coca-Cola drink at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Tuesdays are Super Tuesdays at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy your Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesdays at 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be a part of the midweek bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get one free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Also remember to start your weekend with special jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza branches every Friday. Call 0244 133 397 0244 133 397 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. And on to the next thing. Yes, I stated in my intro that I guess for today, I don't know, he's within the arts and entertainment industry, but at the same time, he's doing something more formal. So we have arts here, and we have medicine here. We have here the one and only Obi Amponsa. You are welcome, Obi.
Thank you, Elsie. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
You're looking fabulous.
Thank you, you too.
Oh, stop it.
So I was expecting you to be in something formal.
Yeah. I mean, you caught me on my side job.
Okay.
Yes. We record for the House Zero show. So on Thursdays we do the skits and all that. So yeah, that is what we are doing today.
But
today I'm not in the consulting room.
Oh.
I'm off clinic duties.
I see. But how convenient is that though? You are able to make time for these things. How convenient is it?
Yeah, I'm more of a locum doctor. Yeah, locum doctors are part-time. So maybe somebody's going on the leave for about 2 weeks. They need somebody, an optometrist to fill in for him or her. Then I go and then do that. So I work on my own terms. I'm like a freelancer optometrist. Yeah.
I see. So with all your comedy stuff going on, how do people see you
The consulting.
at hospitals? Like when they see you, how do they react?
Yeah, thank God for nose mask though. First of all, thank God for nose mask, because usually they see you, they see your eyes, and they go like, "Are you?" And some want you to pull down the nose mask so they confirm. Others just don't care whoever you are. Like maybe they'll recognize you, alright, but they are there for their eyes. And so, but I've had reactions where patients are probably stunned a bit when they realize that I'm the one they see on TV, and then they see in the consulting room. Yes, I've had those reactions as well before. But it's a good bitter taste. Like sometimes when you're in the consulting room, you want to be.
Can you recall any of the crazy, encounters you have had with your patients with regards to?
Yeah, like a patient brought, the daughter brought the mom, and then the mom realized that I was the guy on TV and I was also the consulting, the doctor.
Yeah.
And she almost married me to her daughter.
Ooh.
Yeah, because she thought I was quite responsible, Hey, I know TV, so I know not that was when I was in the central region. So say, but your brother, how are you? And I said, oh, they've been worried. Then he called the daughter, very beautiful daughter. He wanted me to marry her.
But are you married though?
I'm not married.
So why didn't you also, or she wasn't your spec?
What are you saying?
Oh, you heard me.
Well, I mean, I don't know what happened. We talked.
Or you exchanged numbers.
Yeah, and then we talked.
And what happened?
On to your next question.
Anyways, let's delve into the comedy aspect.
Yeah.
What has been like your greatest reward for performing at an event?
When you say greatest reward, are you
yes,
talking about
so
money?
in terms of money.
Money.
Yes.
Money will be the 1,000 laughs. My biggest paycheck so far is at the 1,000 laughs. I think 1,020. One of them, 2026, the one before the last year's own. It was good. And my biggest exposure would be, so that's the monetary side, but for exposure, that would be when I went to perform in Nigeria, the Lord of the Rings Comedy Festival with Basket Mouth and a couple of other very talented comedians. It was the first time performing outside the country to a different crowd altogether who didn't understand
with the Ghanaian accent.
You know, yeah. So it was a beautiful moment, and the reception from the Nigerians was awesome. And so it was one of my best moments. Like so far, I would say that, and then the next one would be me when I hosted my own show at the National Theatre.
But what was some of your observations though?
When I went to Nigeria?
Yeah, on the performing on the Nigerian stage as compared to, you know, Ghanaian stage.
Yeah.
And the crowd, organizers, everything.
Yeah, the organization was superb. I was given a 5-star treatment when I landed in Nigeria. Apart from the immigration trying to find something from me. Yeah. Which is everywhere. Like, so, and then I was picked up from the airport to the island. Is it
What's the name of the island?
Victoria Island. Yes. And then I checked into my hotel at Echo. Beautiful Echo Suites.
Echo Suites.
Echo Suites or like, is it suite or suite?
Suites. Yeah. Suites.
So I checked into Echo, and the treatment was awesome. Food, star treatment, boss, have you eaten? Except for the jollof, but the other foods were awesome.
Except for the jollof?
Yeah, the jollof there.
It's Nigeria jollof in Koyo.
Oh, but Ghana jollof, they be past Nigeria jollof. But there are other foods.
Is it true it's like, it tastes like it was made with palm oil?
It tastes like oblayo. Like, the rice is big. That's the problem. I think the rice, the cooking and everything is okay. But the rice is local. It's the big one.
And it's sticky.
Yeah, it doesn't remove one. So that's what makes Nigerian. That's my observation. But the gushi, the oporo, oh goodness. Ogbono. My goodness. I wish I was eating some right now. Their food is awesome. So they treated me well. And the reception on the stage, when I came, a brother from Ghana make some noise for Obi Amponsa. Yeah, and I went on stage. On my right were people, on my left in front of me was a big auditorium, and they laughed from the first joke to the last joke. What I realized was that they laughed at my relatable jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I tried as much as possible to do a few researches about the Nigerians.
Yeah.
They are footballers.
Yeah.
So I linked them, you know, and then there are some things that are general.
Yeah,
like
their way of life.
Yeah, makeup is done in Ghana, it's done in Nigeria. Yeah. You know, football, work, and it was awesome. It was
their pronunciations.
You know, that's something I plan on picking on sometime. But COVID came and then we had.
You know, funny enough, they feel they speak better than us. Like in terms
of
English.
Yeah, shut the door.
Yeah. Doctor.
But that's theirs. Yeah, that's what. And we also feel like our English is way better. The funny thing is we are all using a borrowed language.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You see. So recently, with you being a comedian and all of that, you're an SDA member?
Yes, I'm an SDA church member.
You play instruments in your church as well?
Yeah, I play the keyboard sometimes. Not like full-time keyboardist, but...
multi-talented.
Oh, stop it.
So has there been any instance where your pastor has called you aside to talk to you about everything that you're doing?
Yeah. My pastor actually has done that a couple of times to put me in the right direction.
What did he say?
He said I should be careful. I should be careful. I don't know where you know. But I am not sure you say in my phone. Oh yes, we will be doing it, and then before you realize, you divert. No frigidity. So I'm always being put in check so that I stay in the faith.
So you're a church boy.
Oh, I'm a church boy. I'm a choir master. I do choir rehearsals every Sunday afternoon. I'm a church choir master, district church organist at the Ebenezer SDA Church at Kasua.
What's the shortest voice training ever for choir masters? I know they have this way of training for
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And what else?
You clear your throat. You wanted the
I know
shortest one.
they do something, you know.
Yeah. Usually you can use a song.
Okay.
Like, as a favor, please sing for me the scale of si do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do, something like that. Or for me, I'm quite innovative. I use Now Today. You know that song? That song helps with your breath control. Can you try it?
Yeah.
You see,
True.
So you have to wait for me to finish.
True.
Now today. For a year. You get me? Exactly. So, yeah.
So I know everybody must have had his or her breaking point in whatever thing you're doing. So did you at any point want to stop doing comedy?
Yeah. I had my first like big time breaking point. I've said this on a lot of interviews. At the my second time on 1,000 Laughs, I was billed to perform. I was hot then in 2016 August.
Yeah. So now you're not hot again.
Oh no, those days like 2016 when I was
blazing
coming out.
hot.
Yeah, so I've blown twice. So I believe in 2016, and then the flame was doused because I literally flopped on that night. I did jokes that I had not tried anywhere before. And as a comedian, before you try a joke, you should, on a big stage, you should have tried it on smaller spaces like clubs, comedy clubs, pubs, a place with 50 people. And then when it works, that sample size is representative enough of the people you are going to perform to. I did not do that.
Oh.
So I thought I was super. And I was humbled on that stage. I almost gave up. What encouraged me was I had a show the next day in Takrade, the Sunday. And so I even called the guy that cannot come for the show. Looking at the state I was in, he said if I do not come, his show would flop. And so I went for that show, and I vented on them. Yeah, it went so good that I paused and I asked myself, like, so what happened the previous night? And then I realized the mistake I did.
But what exactly did you do on the stage?
The performance?
Yes.
It was jokes that I had not rehearsed with anybody, like with people. And so though there was laughter, it wasn't to the level I was expecting it. And people were expecting so much from me that I shortchanged them in that performance. So it felt like I didn't do well.
Okay.
I almost quit. It took a lot of people to call me. Clemento Suarez called me to talk to me about my performance. He said, Charlie, I should just take it in good faith and then work on it.
Oh,
so,
sorry. Speaking of bad jokes, I heard that...
Don't go there.
No, I'm not going in. I'll go there. You can't tell me where to go.
Okay.
Speaking of bad jokes, I heard that there was a point in time you were very depressed after that Mahama joke.
Yeah.
And then they took you to a strip club.
Elsie, where did you get this
Please,
one?
excuse. Yes.
Please cut this out of it.
No, they took you to a strip club. So what happened there?
What happened at
Where the strippers?
What?
Hello, you remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yes.
A friend to help me kill my depression.
Yeah.
Suggested that looking at the bosses of women would probably calm me down, and it did calm me down. So
how did they calm you down? Tell us, take us
God
through.
created human beings, especially men, to be calmed by the profound features of women. So yeah,
if you lie, I'll know. I know the story. So tell us how it went.
So I'm telling you that I went to the strip club. They asked me, do I want a fair or you want the experience? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They asked me, do I want a fair lady or I want a dark lady? And then I went for fair, and they gave me the lady who they gave me. They called a lady called Happiness. Then Happiness came.
Ooh.
Yeah, and apparently if you have to touch her, you have to pay something. And so she asked me, she wasn't Ghanaian. I think she was either Nigerian or Liberian. You want to touch? I said yes. He said 10 cedis. Then I'll pay, and then maybe
you hold her breast.
Yeah, hold her breast.
Hey God.
Yeah.
Papa.
and it helped with my depression.
Okay. So with all these experiences and all that, how far can a comedian go with insensitive jokes? Learning from your experience.
Yeah, I think a joke is a joke. Okay, we are living in a sensitive world right now, and the problem is that you have to be careful who is listening to the joke, because a joke that is funny to you may not be funny to somebody else, and a joke is a lot funnier when it's not about you. And so if we begin to understand what a joke is, then we would know what to deal with when it comes to jokes. So jokes literally mean don't take it serious. And so if somebody makes a joke about something like I did with the name Mahama, it wasn't a malicious intent. It was because I felt I could joke around it. And as a comedian, you need to bear the consequences of your joke.
Let's take a short breather here. I know this is getting more wavy, but when we come back, we have so much more for you. Don't go away.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching Talk Assignments on GhanaWeb TV, and we have here the very handsome, the very handsome Obi Amponsa. We're still here vibing.
Yeah, we're vibing.
You live at Kaswa, right?
Yeah, I live at Liberia Camp.
Budumburam.
Yeah, Budumburam.
Okay. But you've heard that they are transforming your toll booth into a toilet.
Yeah, can you imagine?
What's your
yeah, it's funny because we thought the toll booths were causing traffic, okay? Mm-hmm. And they took away the toll booths, mm-hmm. and the traffic intensified.
Ooh.
And now they want to bring washrooms on the highway.
Yes.
How pressed are you that you'd want to stop on the highway to take
and toward
and then you be there, you hear yes, because there are vendors there.
I know.
It was.
Yeah,
we hear driver man, but like what's happening?
You know,
it's crazy. You be there in the washroom and the ambulance will be passing. Mm-hmm. With it. I don't think they are going to implement it. I think the minister said it out of jest. He was just like, okay, let me put in, like, what came in his mind? Like, when I've thought of it, like, he saw it and like, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't take it off. Maybe we should let people pee. Because he doesn't like the fact that they go by the roadside.
Obi,
yes,
if you like a girl so much, and the girl tells you that no sex before marriage, would you still pull through or not?
Yeah, I'll pull through.
Hey. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, if I like her so much, yeah, I would make that sacrifice and then get married to her quickly.
So would you make that sacrifice and stay, or you would maintain a side?
No, I mean, I'm a faithful guy in a relationship, so why is the Rabna yawning when I said I'm a faithful guy in a relationship?
Because
because what?
No, can we continue?
Do you have anything?
No.
Talk. Like, let the people
No,
know.
like, I'm surprised. Well, okay, that's your answer though. But it's fine.
What have you heard about me?
No, men.
Men. Well, like I've told you, unless you have an answer to that question, This is my answer to you.
That you stay faithful.
Yes.
And not even explore others?
No, not at all.
So what would you do? You
What?
masturbate?
No, I don't masturbate.
You've never masturbated?
Is that a question part of the interview?
No, like we are going somewhere. It's a follow-up.
It's a follow-up. Like
Yeah.
I've never. What?
No, you said you don't. So I'm asking you whether you used to when you stopped.
With what?
Masturbation.
Well, that's a broad topic. When you say masturbation,
Hello,
I mean, what are you talking about?
Hello. The masturbation, you know that I'm talking about.
So in Nigeria, they call it soapy. Okay. Some use soap because they use soap. They call it soapy.
So do you use soapy? Do you
some use
creamy?
okro.
Do you okroy? Whatever it is, do you do it?
Yeah. So for that thing, is for a lot of guys, it's a solo act. You know, something they do in their solitary environments, and it's something they do not divulge the info out to people. It's a personal thing. I believe if you do it, you wouldn't like it to be out there, or if you've ever done it before, if you know. So
hey, this pastor dear.
That's a question.
This pastor that is hey.
That's
this
a question that
pastor.
I would like to deflect.
Don't worry, I know the pastor.
You know what?
The pastor will call you if you say you do it. He'll call you.
If I say I don't do it, he will still call me. So
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I might as well sit on the fence.
Pastor. Anyways, it's okay. But because I know, like almost out of 100, 98% of guys masturbate.
Maybe I'm part of the two.
Huh?
For you know, you never know.
Let's move. Your relationship with Lexi the comic.
Yeah.
He's your very close friend.
It's a very.
How do you influence each other?
Lexi is a very creative guy. He's like my personal favorite comedian, and so we sync with each other, and there's this kind of synergy where he rubs off my energy. I also do that of his, and we've realized that coming together to work has really helped all of us in our confidence, our stagecraft, and in various avenues we are pursuing. So Lexi is a very good colleague, very funny guy, and I'm glad I know him as a friend.
Okay. At what point is it too much to repeat a joke?
When it's the same audience for about 4 to 5 times, you know, but comedy dwells on surprise. Like you're not expectant of the punch, and then I land it and you're like, oh, and then you laugh, okay? The next time you're not really expectant, but maybe you've heard it already, but you're like, okay, this joke is funny. Maybe you tell a friend, listen to this one, and then you laugh. The third time, you're like, yo, enough, okay? Like, yeah, tell me something new. Yeah. It's not like music. And so comedy is quite tough. And that is why we always advocate that we'd have, we would go nationwide so that our audience is not just restricted to Accra. And so we go Techiman, Brekun, you know, Volta region, so that you gather the experiences and then come serve also the people in Accra with that. We don't have the financial wherewithal to carry on with these tours. So we appeal to corporate people to come around, support. If you want us, and comedy doesn't involve much. You don't need the too many lighting and the sound, good sound, and then the performance. And so if there are corporate bodies watching us who would like for us to tour the 16 regions, we are ready. Let's come, let's talk it out, so that we wouldn't be repeating jokes to the same people in Accra. Coming up with like 15-minute content is tough. You understand? That's why when a comedian gets it, he tries to work it out. And that's why people say we don't post a lot of our videos online. It is because the jokes would get old. And so sometimes the ones that we allow, we let them out. And for other times, the jokes that maybe you just wrote like a 5-minute material that you know works very well, you'd have to eat off it. You know, be playing maybe some corporate shows, blah, blah, blah. Because if you post it, TikTok picks it, everybody picks it, it becomes a viral thing. Now when you're performing it, nobody enjoys it anymore. And then you can't make cash out of it. They'll find you boring. And so we don't usually let out our videos because of that. And that's why sometimes we appeal that even for you, GhanaWeb and the other media channels, when you come, maybe a 2-minute snippet is fine. But to pick the whole stuff and then go put on your thing, it makes our work quite difficult. Unlike the Kwame Eugenes, the Kiddies, who can perform Touch It here, tomorrow Touch It. Kwame Eugene still singing Angela, you know, because it's good music.
Yeah.
And music stays. But unless it's probably by popular request, you say, okay, that joke that you did, can you do that from then? So that's it for us. Jokes can be repeated. Sometimes we even modify it, but still repeat it. Yeah.
Comedy, medicine, which one pays more?
Comedy pays good. It also takes you to places that probably your profession wouldn't take you. That's why I consider this as a career. It carries me, you know, around. Yeah, I wouldn't go to Nigeria because of optometry. I went to Nigeria because of comedy. You understand? So
what projects are you currently working on?
Yeah, we are working on a couple of projects. We plan on hosting a show in August, myself and Lexi. You guys should watch out for it.
Okay.
Yes, the title is Lesser Gods of Comedy. It's going to be an awesome, a good production, and I'm grateful for my previous one, which I haven't talked about.
Yeah.
I did a show at the National Theatre, Popular but Broke, and we sold out to the National.
I wanted to ask you about it. Like, how did it go? What went into it?
It was awesome. Earlier, I was looking at doing it kakra, you know, let's sell our tickets to social media. And then I contacted one guy at 3 Music, Ricky Tennyson, and then we talked. And then he said, yo, let's expand this vision. Let's do billboards. Let's make it big. And it's so big. It went so good that when CTFM were announcing nominees for their Entertainment Achievers Award, my show was part of Event of the Year. You can imagine, you know, there were other shows, but I mean, if the show was that good to be featured there, then it means we did a good job. And so I'm grateful to God and my fans and everybody who supported in this project. I really appreciate it, and it's growth. Now we've sold out National Theatre. It's left for us to fill stadiums, and the dream is to do Madison Square Garden.
Amen.
Yeah, and by God's grace, it will come. Of God's way.